Hello and welcome to Monza. Here's my dad.
We made it!
We made it. It's an interesting time in Formula One right now. McLaren are kind of on their way towards the top. We're camped here right next to Camp Verstappen, so that'll be interesting. Bags are all down here. We're about to set up camp and
It's hot.
it's hot. It's very, very hot. And we have base camp. Heading into town now, going to see some of the sights before it all kicks off tomorrow. Where are we, Jamesy? I mean, where are we, Dad?
We're in Monza for the Grand Prix, and I don't even have to do my own camera work. It's brilliant.
It's my second time in Monza, first time for a Grand Prix. Last time I came was 2021. We had a little drive around the circuit and a tour of the facilities, but goes without saying that I think this time the main point of excitement is to experience the Tifosi in all its glory. Allegedly it's a religion here in Italy, and I am, for one, very excited to actually see that happen. Cheers.
Cheers, man. We're in Monza.
We're in Monza. Good morning. It is another beautiful day here in Monza, and it is Friday, which means it is free practice day. The campsite is getting a lot busier. There was some energy last night. Gonna head over to the circuit pretty soon and have a little wander around, check out the fan zone and other bits, and scope out some good places to watch the action. Do you hear that sound?
I can hear it. I can hear cars on the track.
Yes. And we're in.
We're in Monza for the Formula One Grand Prix from the Temple of Speed.
Woohoo! Welcome to stage Yuki Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo, your V-Car drivers.
Monday pasta, Tuesday pizza, Wednesday was pizza again. So
if you gave him a DNA test right now, you wouldn't see, oh, he comes from Japan. He just comes from carbohydrates.
Thank you for Williams for the opportunity. It's a moment that, of course, I was not expecting. I was in the F2 sim on Monday preparing for Formula 2 race, and they are now there in full practice, and I'm here. So it was crazy. Everything went very, very quick, but I'm glad to be here and glad to be enjoying so much.
Valtteri.
Yeah, thank you for the support. I see some supporters. Stay hydrated.
Have you got a name for the dog?
Thank you. It's called Max.
We are seated and ready for FP1 and potentially FP2, but we might also go and find somewhere else for that. But we're on one of them. There's some very fast cars going down here right now. So, red flag, Kimi Antonelli hit the wall on his first time out in a Formula One car, but still, just like actual goosebumps. FP1 done. Also caught a bit of the F3 quali. F3 cars have this sound, like, you know, like old Formula One cars. I'm sure this is something you'd know if you've been to a race or even talked to someone who's been to a race. The broadcasters cannot capture the sound that these things make. I think the F3 cars might actually have a better sound than the F1 cars because I don't believe they're hybrids yet. It just makes all your hair stand up on ends. It's mind-blowing. It's time. Good morning, it is day 2 here in Monza. We are seated, ready for the F3 sprint race. First racing on track of the weekend. Looks like it's about to get going. Should be exciting. We're here for the F2 sprint. Just been a big old shunt. It's quite exciting so far. And F1 quali's up next. We are seated for F1 qualifying in about 15 minutes. The F2 sprint was amazing, like the best atmosphere we've had so far. Ollie Behrman won, of course. Ferrari fans are gonna love that. We're doing our top 5 quali predictions. Dad, what's your top 5 quali prediction?
I can't split between Leclerc and Hamilton.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I think one of those magical moments is gonna happen. I think future Ferrari teammates are gonna line up on the front row. I think we're gonna have Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris, Verstappen, Russell. My prediction couldn't have been more off the money, and I couldn't be more thrilled about it. McLaren won too, baby. So stoked for the race tomorrow. We're in town at the moment. It's bustling. We've just had pizza at this pizza place. It was absolutely delicious. Good morning. It is Sunday and we are seated for the start of the Italian Grand Prix. Well, we've just watched the F3 feature race. There's a new F3 world champion. We're waiting for the F2 feature race, and there's a Porsche Super Cup feature race, and then Formula 1 at the end. Victory for Ferrari in Monza.
And the Tifosi are going nuts.
You could not even write that. We're being carried in, but where are we being carried in? Where are we, Dad?
We're on the track at the Temple of Speed, and it's a Ferrari win.
Set out to capture the Tifosi and experience that in all its glory. And I don't think you can really ask for much more than that, can you? This seems like a pretty good time to wrap up the whole experience. We're on our way out now, walking back towards our bus back into town. Oh my god. I honestly, I wasn't sure if I would upload this video if Ferrari didn't win, you know, given that this was all about like seeing the Tifosi in all their glory. I don't think it would have been quite the same if, you know, if we got that McLaren 1-2, but as things stand, I think for, you know, for us, the result could not have been better. It was just like, I'm still shaking a little bit. Oh my gosh, just the jubilation. You can't even begin to describe the atmosphere. It really is like everything they say it is on Drive to Survive. These race weekends can be very tiring. I am absolutely exhausted. The moment we got onto the track, you know, like I struggled pretty much throughout the whole race, but the moment we got onto the track, like all my aches and pains kind of faded away. I felt lifted up by the spirit of the Tifosi, and it carried me through the rest of the day. I wasn't 100% sure if I would be converted into a Ferrari fan by the end of this weekend, but this is where I must confess that I did buy a Ferrari hat and t-shirt on Friday. So, thank you guys for joining us on this adventure. We'll see you next year when we go to Zandvoort to mix with the Max Verstappen crowd. No, absolutely not happening.